Welcome back. It's day 8 of this series. Can you believe it? I'm Kristen. I'm the creator behind Simply Joy by Kristen, and I am so glad you are here. Let's get started. We're going to use one of these, I don't know, they almost look like Snowglobe ornaments. And this is inspired by Debi's design diary. She made one, and I was like, you know what? I need to try this. I am going to be very honest that I learned a few things and I would do things a little differently. And I am not saying these are perfect, but they were fun little scenes to create. You saw that I went back to my inspiration basket and I grabbed that good piece of cardboard. Does anyone else have some good cardboard? I have seen over and over when it comes to decluttering that you should not have that stash. So I have definitely kept my stash very small of good cardboard, but it's nice to have a piece or two on hand for things like this. So I created a cute little gingerbread house. It was a little lopsided when I did the design on it, but because it's going to be in the background, I think we're going to be okay. So I'm using a white paint pen here. I used scrapbooking paper for the background, and then the backing is a heavyweight watercolor paper, and this I happened to find at Dollar Tree. So I am just creating some little scallops on the roof just to give it some interest. And again, this is going to be in the background, so I don't know. I think if I would have thought it through, I probably would have done the design a little differently. I would have had a window on each side, but I struggle to center, so this is what happened, but I still think it's a cool thing. I also picked up this fence at Goodwill Bins in Colorado Springs, and it was tangled up with other stuff, but if you pay by the pound, and I was not going to pay for extra stuff, so I fought to get this little fencing free for a very long time, but it was worth it because I think it adds to this little scene. I'm also using a little gingerbread from Hobby Lobby and a little tree from Hobby Lobby. The backside of the tree, I trimmed it down just so it was more flat, I guess, against the surface, and I'm going to finish it off with one of these cute little red velvets. But how cute is this little scene? Fun story about a snow globe. So when I was younger, probably middle school, high school, I collected snow globes, specifically Christmas ones. And I also liked the Peanuts gang, Charlie Brown and Snoopy and Woodstock and Lucy and all of them. And so my sweet mom, picked up from Hallmark one of the snow globes that I wanted, but we're from Minnesota and it's cold in Minnesota, and they were shopping, 30 minutes from home because that was the big town. And she was out with my sister and my sister's friend, and they were doing all kinds of things. And so that snow globe, I think, went into Pizza Hut, went into the movie theater, went into shopping. Like, that snow globe went everywhere with them because they couldn't leave it in the car so it would freeze. But it was just kind of a fun little story when I opened it up, that there it was, that they had taken such good care of my little snow globe. So here we are. We are adding the faux snow. This is my favorite mixture. Again, this is inspired by Debi Beard. And it's the vintage linen with the frosting, the DIY frosting. And now I'm adding German glass glitter. This is my first season of using glass glitter. And I'm kind of hooked. Like, it's fun. Something to keep in mind is, if you're adding the snow inside and you're hot gluing and then you're adding the snow on the outside, that is a lot of pressure because the faux snow clumps up. Like, you don't have a whole lot of work time with it, and hot glue dries fast. And so just keeping that in mind, I think I would do smaller batches of the snow. I would worry about my inside. scene. Then I would worry about getting a good seal on the hot glue, and then I would make another batch and do the outside. Also, I would have stamped the back side of it to give interest on the back. I feel like it looks incomplete. It was always my plan to do it, but then again, I forgot. I added a little fabric and ribbon to the top. I thought that was a really cute little touch. I also went back to the inspiration basket and I grabbed that second piece of the watercolor, or maybe it was acrylic image art that I had picked up, and I made a second one because the cool thing about this is that you can make two from this because you're only using half and creating like this snow globe dome. So there's a few things I would change, but overall for my first time, it was a lot of fun creating. This was learning how to do it. What would I do in the future? But if you know me, I love creating mini scenes. So this is right up my alley and I am going to give it a try again. However, you can't get great pictures because of the glare. So, friend, thank you for being here. We only have a few days left, but I hope you stick around and finish this series out with me. Until next time.